Okay, a little something different today. Today I'm working on 1999 Saturn SC1, and the problem I'm trying to solve today starts with the problem with the key not really working all the time. You can put it in, but you really have to jiggle this whole assembly in order to get the key to work correctly. And this whole assembly should not jiggle this much. Okay, I'm going to show you the screws, the bolts really, that hold these on, and show you what the issue is and show you what my solution is to getting that tight again. So there's a good close-up of one of the bolts that holds that on. So basically what you're looking at is those two bolts go around the steering column to hold that in place. As you can see, as I move this, that is loose. Okay, so I've already removed one of these. What you can see here is it looks like they had a setup so that there used to be a bolt head on this when they first installed it, and then probably at a certain torque, the head snaps off for them. It leaves you a nice clean head there. The problem is you can't really tighten it very easily this way. So what I did, since they're already loose, I was able to use pliers on the head of the bolt that was here, twist it out, and I have it out on the bench. Okay, so what I decided to do here, now that I had the bolt out, is I went ahead and I bought two replacement bolts, because there's two bolts in there, from my local hardware store. So this is a 6mm size by 1.00 thread pitch. So the original bolt's length is about 24, maybe 25 millimeters, depending on whether you measure from the bottom of the head or not. And what I was able to find was a socket head cap screw. Again, we're talking 6mm size, 1.00 thread pitch, and this one that I got today comes out more at about 30 millimeters. You have clearance for this on the other side. That's going to work fine. So one of the other reasons to choose a bolt like this is because it has the Allen head like that. And this is actually a hardened version. This should be even stronger. We should be able to put more torque on these, especially once we put we add thread locker to this bolt. We'll be able to actually get that tighter, and hopefully it'll actually stay in place for a while, and it won't loosen up again on us. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and put a little thread locker on this, install it, then I'll remove the other bolt, thread locker on another new bolt, and reinstall it. Okay, so there's a look with the new bolts installed, and like I said, you're definitely going to get a lot more torque on those, and there's no shake anymore. The whole column area is totally solid now. So one of the challenges I encountered was trying to get pliers in to these areas to get on these old bolt heads. Right, it is tricky. There's not a lot of room here, but between using the tilt wheel up and down, and then using a few different types of pliers, I just happen to have these very, very tiny pliers. They were helpful. If you can reach in there with these for maybe the lower one, you get other options like a long reach needle nose. Maybe that would be helpful. And then I've also got some of these, like almost like electronics small needle nose. When I got to this project, these bolts were just a little more than hand tight, and that's what was making the steering column so jiggly. So as long as you can get a little bit of a grip on it, you should be able to turn it with one of these different options for you. And then also what'll help while you're working on it, if it's still loose while you're still working on it, right, is if you get in there with the pliers and then actually start jiggling this back and forth. That'll actually help you loosen those bolts a little more, because it'll give you a little bit more vibration. Because sometimes what's actually holding the bolt in there tighter is the fact that there's tension on it because of the weight of this here. So hopefully this helps somebody else, and I was able to solve the fact that this was so loose. This is rock solid again. It's an older car. It's got like 115,000 miles on it, but it's annoying to have something that loose, especially when all you need to do is just replace a couple of bolts. So hopefully this helps somebody. Enjoy.